What's up everybody, my name is Cap, the Everyday Gamer, and welcome back to Minecraft. I am going down here to show you a few things that I've done to kind of upgrade my farm. I very much appreciate all the tips, greatly. As you can see, I extended further down, added a whole lot more glowstone, some more torches, put in a big chest down here so I could store my stuff, and kind of decided to move my irrigation system above ground and decide what I'd do is just create channels around the different crops. Now right now I'm keeping my farming small, like a little 5x5 square with a block of hydration in the middle, just because you can see it keeps it all hydrated a little bit better, and I'm not trying to farm to make money off of it or anything. So and I set up some signs here so I can remember what I'm planting. Got wheat. I'm going to do some pumpkins over here. I'm going to set up some sugar cane. As you can see, my channels aren't completely all filled in yet, so that's something I was kind of working on, but I didn't want to get it all completed and then say, voila, look what I did, and not actually, have anything really to show for it. Or not really to show for it, but, not get to show you guys me working on it. So that's all I've been doing, is basically just kind of filling this up. So, yeah, thank you guys for all the tips on that. There was a... Whoops. Apparently I dug a little bit deep there. Here, let's pick that back up. Let's see, where's my... We'll go with this down here. Let's see. Yeah, I got a little bit downhill, I guess. Put that there, and there. Okay. Now we're a little bit back to normal. So how's everybody been? I have been doing quite well myself. Had a pretty good weekend so far. Actually, I hadn't been doing a whole lot, just normal odds and ends stuff, hanging out with the family. I gotta tell you guys something real fast that Brett said today, or yesterday morning when I was getting him ready for school. It cracked me up. Oh my god, I don't know where he heard it from, but it was freaking hilarious, man. I mean, you know me, I like to talk about him anyway, and especially when he's got something funny to say. So anyway, it was pretty early in the morning. He got up early, and early enough to where he decided he was gonna hang out with me in the bathroom while I was getting dressed. And most of the time I'll go ahead and get dressed, and he kind of sits in there and talks with me and plays and stuff, and then we go get him dressed, and before we head off to school, that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much what we were doing. We were just kind of hanging out. So he's sitting in the bathroom floors talking to me, playing along or whatever, and he gets kind of quiet, and I hear him sniff or whatever, and he goes, "I smell some butt." And I immediately started laughing because, well, that's not usually something he says. I've never heard him say that to start, ever before. So it cracked me up to hear him say, "I smell some butt." And so I was already laughing, and I, composed myself long enough to ask him. I was like, "What did you say? What did you say you smelled?" And he goes, "Some butt," just plain Jane, honest as could possibly be about it, like, how did you not hear me sort of thing. And, and I said, "Well, do you have a poopy diaper or something? Do I need to change your diaper real quick?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Well, did you just fart?" He goes, Yes, I did." Just whole like, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's why I smelled turds floating around in here," basically. It cracked me the hell up, though. It was just so damn funny. And then he paused for a second and goes, "I smell pee, too." And I'm like, "All right, bud, come on, let's go change your diaper." It just cracked me up because you know how he is. I mean, you don't even know him, and you know how he is. He's just a goofball. Okay. All right, I think I'm hydrated enough for now. Oh, here's something else I'm going to do that's kind of cool. Where did I put them? Okay, I made a whole bunch of cobblestone slabs here. Check this out. What I'm going to do to make gathering my crap easier, so I'm going to put... Not that. Don't... Let's not do that, huh? Good grief. Alright, let's see. Put that back in there. What I'm going to do, if I can do it without failing, is put it on top, like that. See? Ta-da! See, now, what I can do is I can walk on top of where the water is. I'm going to move my torch. But it remains hydrated, so I can be able to go all the way around and plant and harvest and stuff, but my water stays where it's at. So, pretty awesome, huh? That's not some ingenious idea I came up with. Actually, several episodes ago when I was doing some farming stuff, somebody was like, sent me a message and say, "Hey, it'd be a lot easier doing farming. Why don't you just put some half steps over the water? That way it still hydrates the dirt, and you can walk around behind them." I was like, "Oh, that's genius. You are a genius." So, for whoever posted that comment many episodes ago, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Alright, let's see if I can snap this on here. I can. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work. Alright, we're just going to have to go backwards in the water. There we go. Splash in my water pool here. So now I can just kind of doop bounce around here and do some planting. Good times. I'm not gonna worry about doing that one just yet. I'm kind of start over here. So pretty cool, huh? So yeah, I'll keep those with me. Alright, I got my pumpkin seeds. I got quite a few actually. You get pumpkin seeds, you put a pumpkin in your little crafting menu thing and it gives you 4 seeds. So I went out and just gathered a bunch. That's what I really did, is I spent a lot of time gathering supplies. Because I wanted to be able to make sure I was doing this right. And, you know, last time was a pretty good size fail. I mean, if you remember the video, it was a pretty good size farming fail. And I don't want to be a complete failure again, so I decided I'd do a little bit of research this time and, you know, try and actually do something useful. Now, I do know that you can get some bone meal, which, in case you don't know this, here's a little trick to make farming faster. If you get bone meal, which you get from basically just putting bones that you get inside your crafting window, it'll give you bone meal. It looks kind of like it almost looks like spider web, really. But, what you do is you just right click on the growth and poof, it causes it to instantly grow. It's great if you're trying to grow trees, so you know that's kind of a tip I can send off to everybody here. I did do a little research on pumpkin farming, and I was seeing that they were saying if you like alternate them with water in the middle like this, kind of diamond pattern from each other. Oh crap. Okay, so I'm walking slowly like that, so that they're kind of diagonals from each other, that it has a better chance of sprouting and growing better here, since they kind of, from what I was reading, that when you plant pumpkins, they grow like one direction or the other from where the actual sprout is. So yeah, check this out. Alright, I got some little growth already going here. Nice. And I'm gonna, whoa, let's calm down here, get a little hectic with the mouse, and I'm gonna do some reeds down here. I completely forgot last time that you have to actually plant them on either dirt, grass, or sand. And I could have just gone with, you know, dirt like everything else, but I figured, why not? I'll keep it with sand. It looks a little bit different, kind of keep it differentiated. So, yeah, there we go. Not so much fail this time. See if I can speed it up, go back and forth. Alright, I wasn't going to talk the entire episode about farming because, well, it's kind of boring to talk about. But what I was going to kind of talk about a little bit while I'm doing some farming related things is the where Minecraft has kind of gone since I started playing it. Now, for many of you don't know, when I you know, if you haven't been following me for a really long time, I started playing Minecraft long time ago actually. I started playing in the pre-alpha days way back when. And, you know, this was back in the day when Notch would release, like, they were called Secret Friday updates, where he wouldn't tell you what was going to be put in them. He would just haphazardly put out a random update here and there and kind of have little surprises in it. And it was always kind of like I wonder what we're going to see this Friday. I wonder what's going to come out in this update sort of thing. And it made it really exciting. And, you know, what's funny is I get comments posted all the time of stuff like, you know, some of my videos are like, why don't you just do such and such? And, you know, what they don't realize is that a lot of the stuff that they're asking me to do, you know, they're asking me based on what they know of the game now. But you go back and look at a video from a year ago, and a lot of the stuff I did, you can't do. I mean, you couldn't do back then. You know, I see people posting, they'll go back on my Nuketown video that I made doing a Call of Duty map, you know, and they'll say, why didn't you put beds in, or blah, blah, blah. And I had to, you know, write back and say, beds didn't exist when I made this map. That's, you know, that's something that was added, you know, a long time after I actually did the map. So, and I just find it comical that people who are new to the game don't realize how much this game has actually changed, you know, in the past year. I mean, it's ridiculous how much has been added to the game, and, you know, where it's actually come to. You know, when I first started playing the game, it was just Notch. He hadn't hired Jeb to do, you know, help out with programming and all that stuff yet, so it was just him. And, you know, sometimes I miss the classic early days of how it used to work out, and it was just I don't know, it was an entirely different quote-unquote ball game back then. There wasn't redstone, there was just a lot of things that weren't actually in the game now that so many people don't know about. You know, if you're new to the game, especially if you just recently started playing, you know, the concept of not having creative mode, that's not something that a lot of people think of. But creative mode just recently came out in the last, you know, few months basically here. But I played for a year before creative mode was ever there. And the only way you could do anything like sort of creative mode at all was to, what was I trying to say? Oh, to use the web-based thing, the free version. It had creative mode built in. So, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just very comical to me that how much of the game has changed, basically. And it's changed a lot. And for the good and for the bad, I think. Well, not only actually, I hate to say that for the bad, because it makes it sound like I don't like the changes or anything. That's not true in the least. I like where Minecraft has come to. But, you know, there was just something back in the days of it being so simple that it was just, I know, it kind of added a little bit of challenge. Okay, like for instance here, you move your cursor over here, it tells you exactly what it is here. Yeah, when I first started playing, it wasn't like that at all. There wasn't crafting guides, and you could still use the wiki, which is what a lot of us did to try and figure out how to craft stuff. But, you know, back in the day, which is barely, you know, a little over a year ago basically, back in the day, none of that was actually there. You know, achievements weren't there. That was something that was added after the fact too. It was, you know, that's just how it was. You know, there wasn't something that was actually in there, and it was definitely a cool addition to the game. I mean, don't get me wrong at all. I like that kind of thing, but you just have to go back and, I mean, if you really want to see, go back and look at some of my older videos. And I'm not trolling you saying, by the way, you should go watch this video or something. That's not it at all. Saying if you want to see how much the game has changed, just go back and look at some of my very early videos. And, you know, back when it was still alpha, before it even became beta, which it became beta of Christmas of last year. So it's been, you know, it was in beta for a good long while. So anyway, I mean, it's changed a lot. That's for sure. And I'm sure it'll change a lot more. I mean, I remember when I did the update video to tell everybody how to make a portal to get to the Nether, you know, because everybody's so familiar with the Nether and all that stuff now that, you know, it's not something that was always in the game, obviously. I've been playing for 6-7 months before the Nether was ever even added, and it's kind of cool. And, you know, when the Nether first came out, all it was just, you know, another place to go. There was other enemies and stuff there, but there definitely wasn't fortresses, and the only enemies that you could really do anything to, basically, were just the ghasts, or whatever, yeah, ghasts, Big Boo, basically. You know, you got the zombie pigmen, they didn't do anything, they just kind of wandered around aimlessly looking at you, and there definitely wasn't, I don't know, the game has just changed so much in the last year, and I'm excited to where it's gone. You know, I'm excited to how much I've been able to build my channel playing this here. And it's just really exciting where it's gone, where it's come to. And, you know, in case you didn't know, Notch announced someday in this past week, I don't remember the actual date now and stuff, that Jeb is officially now the primary developer for Minecraft. Means he is basically the one who's going to be in charge of seeing it go. Sweet pumpkin seeds are starting to pop up a little bit. Reeds are starting to grow some. My sugarcane. Oh, what I'm going to build over here, or what I'm going to grow here when I can finally find some. I think I put that in the wrong spot. Yes, I did. How dare I? Sorry, I got distracted. What I'm going to put over there is watermelon seeds, if I can find some. Grow me some melons. I haven't really looked very hard to actually find some, so I don't know how hard they are to find. But I'm going to put watermelons right here. And as far as what I'm going to do over there, I don't know yet. Just kind of depends on what I want to grow. And then on this side, I don't know either. I'm trying to do some more research to try and figure out all the stuff that I actually can grow, because I really can't remember half the time. I know there's not a huge selection of different seeds. I mean, I know you got wheat here, and whoops. You know, you got wheat that's going to be harvested here, and then you got, you know, pumpkins going to be harvested, and sugarcane and melons. But I really can't remember what else can be put in this game. What do you, you know, input required here? I can't remember. So, yeah, it's I don't know, for everybody that's new to the game of Minecraft, then, you know, just know that there's a lot in this game that wasn't there when yeah, that's how you do it. Okay. There's a lot that wasn't in the game a long time ago. I can't seem to get my thoughts in the right direction. I'm sorry. 48 should do it for now. We'll hang on to those. I just didn't want to bring a crafting thing down there. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Oh, and a lot of people have been asking me what's the seed to my world. Unfortunately, I can't really give you a seed. I mean, I can, if I hit, F3, you can see right up there, it says seed, somewhere. Or it used to anyway. I don't know if it still does or not. Oh, there it is at the very bottom here. But if you type in that number right there, and then you go to the coordinates you see right above it, that -47, 59, -71, you're going to find yourself in the middle of the ocean. Because my entire world was generated back in 1.7, many moons ago, basically, when I first started this world. So, unfortunately, you can't create this world, which is why I put the download link in the description. And I still do update the download link every 5 videos. So with the last one I put in there, man, I did it again. The last video I put up, I updated the download link. So if you are interested, and I'm not going to do an exact tutorial on it, but there's been a lot of people asking me, for help on how to use the world file. If you're using anything from Windows XP up, and now I apologize to Mac users, I'm not one myself, so I'm not going to give you instructions on how to use it, but if you're using anything from Windows XP up, all you have to do is just download the file. It's called newworld.zip. You can put it on your desktop, wherever you want to. All you have to do is just double click it, and if you're using Windows XP or up, it'll open up a little file menu thing there, and you'll see inside of a folder that's just titled New World. Well, all you have to do from there is just click it, and you'll see in the instruction bar up above it, or right click it, and you'll see it'll say extract all, or just click and drag it to your desktop. Then all you have to do is just go into your Minecraft file, but it's wherever Minecraft is installed, which if you click start run, and then you click the %, which is Shift5, type Minecraft, and then, appdata, and then the % again, which I'll put in the description too, so you can see what I'm talking about, and then hit enter. It'll open up the Minecraft file, and you can see where it's actually at. Can I put a torch in there? No, I didn't figure as much. I'm really quite proud of this file, and I'm sorry, and then once you get inside the little save file and stuff, then all you have to do is just really, you can't put a torch inside a step, really? Huh, interesting. Then all you have to do is just copy and paste it into the actual world file. I mean, where it says saves, drop it in there, and then open up Minecraft, and voila. So yay. Got me a farm going. Thank you guys for all the tips. Now, I have been thinking about, and I might do it over here just to kind of play with. I was looking up a couple tutorials for automated things, and I know supposedly you could put like a piston right here facing that direction, so when it triggers, it'll push out, and anything that's growing here, it'll shove over a block, and so you'd have a flow of water there. So I might try and do that over here. I haven't really even thought about it yet. If that's something you guys want to see, I'll do that. Something else I was going to run by you real quick, and I know this, as far as like action goes, this video is boring, and I'm sorry for people who aren't big on farming. I'll try and hit up a cave or go attack some creepers next time. Pardon me. I want to do kind of a let's build sort of thing, and I have a couple ideas of what I might want to build, but I don't know for sure yet. And I want to know, would you guys be okay with watching me do a let's build in creative mode now that it's here and I don't have to use single player commands or mods or any of that? There's bone meal, by the way, in case you're wanting to know what it looks like. That right there. Without using any mods or anything like that, just straight up creative mode and just start building, and kind of just take you guys along with me on showing how I'm doing measurements for what I'm building and things like that. Would that be something you guys would actually be interested in? And do my normal style commentary over the top of it? Or would that just be boring and you not interested? I'm just curious. I want to know what you guys think here. I'll leave these down here. Alright, just to show you real quick here, see if you use bone meal for what I was trying to show you, click on it and poof! Now you can harvest that. That's just a very quick way to do it. If you're interested, you can just, click around. I have so much bone meal sitting around that this is pointless to, I'm not going to worry about wasting it, I guess, because I have so much of it just sitting there. But, now look, see, I got wheat, basically. I can run around and harvest it, go get my hoe, and ta-da! I'm not going to do it on the pumpkins because I actually want to see them grow. But click. It doesn't work on reeds and stuff. I actually don't know if it works on a pumpkin. Let's see. Sort of got a stem there. And then from that, pumpkin will go plop somewhere around here. Let's get a couple stems going here. These are some slow burners. So I'm not going to keep the video too much longer here. I want to see just in the comment section area, I want to see a general consensus. Leave your actual comment below. What do you want to see me do? I know farming's not in everybody's best interest, and you're not the most interesting thing in the world. So I know there's some people that like it, a lot of people that don't. So tell me, what do you want to see me do? And if your suggestion is build onto your house, what do you want to see me build? Nice, got a pumpkin. What do you want to see me build in my house? If you want me to go exploring a cave, is there anything particular you want to see me look for in these caves? And if you want me to go mob hunting, is there a certain scenario you want me to try and trigger a skeleton to shoot a creeper so I can get a record? Or, I mean, I need some sort of goal here. I like interacting with you guys, and you know, love reading your comments and things like that. So I mean, I love hearing from you guys, and I know you guys are huge supporters of me, and I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way at all, but I very much appreciate all the support. So, you know, I want to do something that you guys want to see me do. I do read every comment. I'll try to respond to the ones that need responding to, or that, you know, just actually have a response necessary, basically. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to try and get a couple videos out this next week. I have a few ideas. I'm going to put out another Skyrim one if I can, probably a Modern Warfare 3 pretty soon. I have an idea for a vlog I'm going to do here pretty soon too. So yeah, got some cool things hopefully coming up in this next week. But as always, you know, I appreciate you guys' feedback. I love you guys. I love doing this kind of thing. It hasn't lost its fun for me yet, and I hope it doesn't for a long time. In the meantime, thank you guys again for everything. Y'all have a good one, and I will talk to you later.